They are side by side. Oh, there's massive action at the back of the pack.
Oh! There's the move.
There's more contact down the straight.
Oh!
They're pushing each other in 4 wide.
Oh, there's contact. That is unbelievable. Welcome everyone to round 2 of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar official online series presented by Big Pond Sport and Extreme Sim Gear. Jay Kennedy in the host chair, and alongside me got Daniel Bryant. G'day Daniel.
G'day Jay, good to be at the Glen. I love this track, so it's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, it should be very, very good. Now we've also got Madison Down joining us. He's going to do a hot lap of the track. Current pole sitter at the moment, so g'day mate.
G'day guys.
Now, how's your week been this week?
Pretty good for what's Glen. Found a bit of pace pretty early on in the week, and the car's been pretty quick. Just need to make sure I do the fuel conservation thing right for the race, and we'll be all good.
Ooh, your teammate just did a good job there on his practice lap, smacking the fence, so we won't talk about him too much. Interesting race, that first one though, Madison. Fuel saving playing a big part.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting early on. Everyone was fighting for position, track position was everything there at the start. So yeah, hopefully next race goes a little better for me, and definitely learnt some stuff from race 1. So hopefully, yeah, that'll work nicely for race 2.
Now, a lot of talk this week, fuel strategy, and fuel is the key this week. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, certainly. We've got to save about 200 mils a lap, which is quite a bit, surprisingly. So, yeah, you'll definitely see the cars lifting off very early in rates, that's for sure.
Now, how much fuel do you actually have to save?
We've got to save about 8 liters over the course of the race. So, that's quite a challenge over a 30 lap race. And to actually battle as well, it's quite a big challenge.
Just missed trying to get you to start your hot lap there, so you might do another slow one and then we'll do your hot lap, mate. You happy with that?
Yeah, you're right.
Now in race 1 you had a great start. You didn't quite get past Scott McLaughlin, who had the lead, and then Van Gisbergen coming past and then blitzed the whole field. Is he the man to watch this week?
Yeah, Shane was very fast in race 1. It was a bit tricky because I was surrounded by A and Z cars, and it worked very well for them. Shane got to the lead, and then Scott acted really well as a rear gunner, so got to try and stay front in the opening laps and not let those guys get ahead and control the race like that.
Yeah, you've been pretty vocal in the past about your dislike for this place, so it seems to be a track that you never have much luck, so will that change tonight?
I hope it's going to change every season, but it just doesn't seem to, really. I always find fences, other cars, and the car just comes home in multiple different pieces in the truck. So hopefully that changes and have a good run.
Well, talk us through this lap, mate.
Yep, so this late apex this last one a little bit. Open the throttle up, straight exit onto this straight here. Got to play chicken with the limiter. Just pull the gears as late as possible. Brake as deep there into turn 1. Use 3rd gear here, got to make the apex. Pick the throttle up slight early there, use the track on exit. Don't hit the grass though, because it'll unsettle you a lot. This is a lot harder than it used to be. You've got to lift off a lot. It used to be flat up here, and now it's nowhere near it. So you got to make sure you make these 2 apexes and just be smooth so you don't bog the car down at all. Again, pretty simple, straight, just flat. Brake just after the rubber starts on the road. Turn in very early, use all the curb on every bit of this, keep the flow up and be very, very smooth through the middle of there. For the carousel, you've got to just hold it on the inside curb as much as you can, and it drags you around the corner. Careful on the throttle here, you don't want to overexcite the left rear. Great run down to the second last car. Brake just after the surface change on the road. Again, turn in very early, make concrete patches, make the apex, use all the road off the exits. Again for this last corner, turn in early, make concrete, then straight exit onto the straight. Straight up to the line. Keep pulling the gears, and that's lap at Watkins Glen.
Not a bad lap. 12th lap.
Yeah. I was surprised at that one.
Love to be able to do a lap half as quick as that. It's obviously one of the big plans for you tonight in this main race will be make sure you get a good start, I guess.
Yeah, even though it's a fuel saving race and all of that stuff, and traditionally, you know, it's very simple to get right, and that's what everyone's saying around the place, but track position is going to be absolutely everything, and I think it's going to be really important to get to turn 1 first and lead the opening lap, and the last race just showed much track position is king, so yeah, got to get it off the line, and in fact that I don't seem to ever go very well at, so hopefully I can break that and get a good start.
Are you going to go out there and try and improve your lap time, or are you done for the week for qualifying?
For the week, there's no chance I'll match at 11.3 again. That was just one of those laps where everything went right, so at least something's gone right for me at the Watkins Glen, but yeah, nah, not going to beat that lap time, so just watch this one.
Sounds good. So current pole sitter 11.3. Next is Richard Hampstead with an 11.6. Then Van Gisbergen and McLaughlin both with 11.7s. So you have got a massive lead, so hopefully you should be okay.
Yeah, particularly at such a short track as well. Qualifying's really close here, so to have a 2/10 gap like that, I'm feeling confident, but at the same time, that lap was one of those ones where, as I said, everything went right, so I don't think I can improve it myself.
Now what we're talking about this week, big congratulations to my colleague in the box, Daniel Bryan. He actually made his debut in the V8 tonight. His first ever race. How'd you go, mate?
Oh, yeah, lucky to have survived, I think. No, I finished 11th, which is not too bad, you know, considering I've actually done an official race now. I just thought I'd better find out what actually all the real fuss is about and actually do a race in a proper official one. And yeah, it's great fun. So everyone should get involved. I've been too busy doing hosted sessions and whatnot. I thought I'm going to have to do an official race. So I finally did one tonight.
So started 15th, finished 11th, is that right? Started 17th, finished 11th.
Yeah. Started 17th, finished 11th, which is, you know, it's alright. I was nowhere near these boys' laps time though. That's crazy. 112s, 111s. That's just, you know, you look at it and just go, I don't even know how I could find that extra time to be able to do a lap like that.
Yeah, no, I was lucky to do a 13 this week, so I'll take this as my week off as well this week. So I don't know how you boys do it, Madison.
What laps, what a lap.
Now, luckily I have got the voice back this week, so I can actually talk properly this week, so hopefully you won't hear me coughing in the background like I was unfortunately last week. Thanks to Daniel for helping through.
Yeah, you're sounding a lot here for this one, mate. But it still feels a little bit strange being one man down with no Sandman around to help us get through.
I'm really missing Sandman. Can't wait for him to be back next week.
Yeah, definitely will be.
Yeah, he'll be back next week from Infineon Raceway. So just a few seconds away from the final qualifying session. So what's the aim for you in this session, Madison? You just in to do a couple of laps, or you actually going to try and put down a fast lap, or?
I think I might just go out there and do a few full fuel load laps just to get back in the rhythm of fuel saving again, and just do a few more laps to practice that. Maybe get in a few way and stuff like that, but you know, I'm just going to sit this one out pretty much.
Trying to help your teammates get a bit of draft down the straight to get a bit of time, or not?
Yeah, there's an idea.
Well? Shouldn't I have said that?
I don't know. You know, I might go over there in a minute and help those guys out, or see if they want that. But yeah, Yeah, it can sometimes be off-putting as well, particularly at this track up through the S's, because the car handles differently in the draft to how it does normally. So when you've been practicing with no draft all week, the car can be quite a bit different.
I was watching an earlier qualifying session. The ANZ boys are very, very good at doing that with the draft and using it to help each other out, but they crash a lot more than they would doing their own flying lap. So I don't know if the benefit's there as much, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure that Monday night just before the race is the way to go. I mean, if you're doing it Friday, Saturday night in clear sessions with not much traffic, it might work very well, but this late, it's a little bit tricky, right?
So just joining qualifying now. So not far away from bringing that to you. As I mentioned earlier, Madison is currently on pole. Second is Richard Hampstead, followed by Shane Van Gisbergen, Scott McLaughlin, Justin Ruggier and Mitchell McLeod. So that's your top 6 at the moment. Over the last few weeks we've seen the final qualifying session change the running quite a lot, which we hadn't seen for a long time. So fingers crossed that will happen again. Here we have right on cue, as I mentioned before, the ANZ boys working together to get that bit of draft onto the straight. On screen, Ruggier ahead. Current best lap a 1:11.75, so we'll be looking to improve on that. Looked like a pretty good lap from the ANZ boys there. See what time they get them across the line. McLaughlin an 11.8, not quite quick enough to improve his time. On screen, moves P2 in the session, does a 12.5. A little bit off the pace this week, Brad. He's been struggling with setup quite a bit, so...
Yeah, just one of those people. So struggling at the Glen, you either can nail it or it just isn't for you.
Bernard coming across the line. Does a 1:13.6.
So Josh Muggleton's about to start his hot lap.
Mitchell McLeod's just started his as well, so we'll keep an eye on those guys. Currently 6th and 7th on the grid at the moment.
Yeah, interested to see what they do here. I know both those guys are saying there's a little bit more pace in the car, so they'll both be trying to go a little bit quicker this session, I'd say.
coming into the final 2 corners. Not a very long track, so not very technical. 8 turns on around this circuit. That does a 12.2. And Muggleton is a 12.1, so neither of those guys improve. Now. That's great.
Yeah, good second one split for McLaughlin.
Teamwork there from the 3 guys, all trying to get that extra
Purple
extra
sector.
So there's another faster sector.
Could improve him if he his last sector right.
Here's 11.6, 11.7. Improves his
Great
time,
lap,
doesn't
Scott.
improve position though.
Got Fountain though, 11.749. I'd say that'd be an improve.
Yeah, Scott Fountain's moved. Can't even see him on the timing list before that lap, so he's moved
Yeah,
himself
that's
up
a huge
to
lap.
P5 that'll be. So he's actually moved ahead of Justin Ruggiover on that lap.
He'll be over the moon with that. It's a great drive from him on that one.
The guys here all trying to work together to busy little pit exit there.
Had a look at the time, Scott's actually improved by nearly a second on that lap.
It's a lot of time to time when you're already running at a seriously fast pace.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm blown away by that.
He's Muggleton on screen at the moment. I was about to say that may have been a cut track there at the bus stop chicane. And it was.
Yeah, a bit hungry across the curb, I think.
The left hand, the second left hander got a bit aggressive. Very easy to take that too aggressive as well. Oh, there's cars everywhere here. Cloud gets blocked on his lap.
What was everyone's been up, are they? That's
Oh, there's mileage.
That was very unnecessary from quite a few drivers there. We'll move on. Being such a small circuit, it's very, very tough when there's a lot of guys driving together. It's hard to get a bit of open space to get a good lap out there. So Muggleton about to start his flying lap. Now Madison, has there been any consideration at all this week about taking a pit stop?
Yeah, we've done the figures on it, and you could probably do it and get away with it, but it would rely on you passing people as soon as you got behind them, which is, you know, you can't make that assumption in this series, so it's not worth risking that one. You're better off risking the fuel numbers. A lot easier to get a good result that way, believe it or not.
A lot of guys are thinking in the same sort of situation. It's almost worth doing the stop. It's just knowing that you're going to be stuck in traffic once you've done the stop to get through.
I suppose though, in consideration to to what Madison was saying, if you take a pit stop and you get right back up behind the guys again, ready to attack them, they're going to have to push harder to hold their spot, so they're probably going to go through fuel anyway. Oh, Muggo's had a...
That looked pretty good too.
Dropped the wheel off across that curb. It's a very easy mistake to make there.
ANZ boys turning this into a bit of a drift session there through the S's.
I mean, just watching this session, trying to get a lap down here would be really difficult because I'm just watching dudes exiting the pits and having to try and just thread the needle up through the S's, getting out of everybody's way. It's really tough.
Yeah, it makes it harder when a lot of guys are trying to work together for this lap as well, so it's just no clear room out there at the moment. It'll only get worse when the race comes around as well. Ryan on screen here, looking to improve current best lap of 1 minute 12.4.
Close.
Time didn't count by the looks. Here's Muggleton starting his hot lap.
Oh, squirming in turn one. That was as late as he'd dare. That's wide.
Lap over for him. McLeod's just started his
Cloud
hot lap
behind
though.
him. Yep. Oh, he's wide at first phase of that. S's though.
He's aborting his lap as well.
Starting to run out of them. We're getting down to the business end of this. Need to get some quick laps in to improve their positions.
ANZ trains lined at the last corner again.
I actually had to drive on the grass to get out of everyone's way that time.
Yeah.
Interesting, this time Lachlan's leading the train, so...
Gonna get awkward. Oh.
Justin was sideways coming up the top there.
Scott tried to avoid a car, spun ahead, and that's ended his lap as well. Yeah, Thomas Garini is actually on an out lap as well, so we won't go to him.
Muggo looks like he's just about to come out for his hot lap and he's got a bit of a partner with him, Scott Fountain.
Hey, he's gonna draft one of the AA cars. Yeah.
Everyone's getting involved in it now. So we've got 5 minutes to go in this session now. Been pretty action-packed. It's been some very, very quick times put down. Two big improvers on their times.
So how many times have you used that wall in practice, Madison?
Yeah, Mad's wall, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Maybe we need to put it to iRacing to get them to repaint it for you.
Yeah.
Wall or his car?
Yeah.
Maybe you just need to put something on the side of the car that will hopefully scrape onto that wall.
I did notice that they have painted the Armco tats blue this year, so maybe
Yeah.
it's a save down for both.
Yeah, it's a bit different to having to repaint the red cars. This year I don't have to check even when I crash, so it's great. PB sector 2 for me on this one.
That's a PB.
111.9.
Good lap.
Doesn't improve any positions. He's still 100th off Mitchell McLeod, but that will surely put a smile on his face.
Yeah, that was a really good sector. He's fastest to sector 2 in the session, so he'll be happy with the back half of that lap. Sector 3, sorry, actually.
Boys now on their flying lap. Ruggie leading the train again. Lachlan second in line, and then Carwin May third in line. Improvement there's going to be here for Lachlan, and there's no improvements. 5/1000 off his best lap this session. That's actually the same, almost the same time he's done before this session. So consistency is definitely there. Thomas Guarini on screen, different look for him now. Away from the orange rent.com Falcon, gone to the light blue EasyWorks rent.com Falcon. Traffic here, Greeny, so he's not sure. He's actually got through okay. So 2 minutes to go in the session now.
1:11.98 from Mitchell.
Improvement from Guarini, 1:12.3, that's an improvement for him. Move him up a couple of positions on the grid as well. Lachlan nice and sideways into turn 1.
Mitchell's going to get out in one last lap.
Scott's just hit Madison's wall. So it's ended his chance to improve his time, so he'll stay with that 1:11.74, which will have him in 4th position.
The last big mover we're going to add is going to be Mitchell.
And Mitchell, maybe Muggo will be about to start his lap as well. Muggo's just started his lap. Back to Justin Ruggie though. See if he improves on his time. No, he doesn't. He actually pulls it up before the line. Scott found a big moment right in front of you there, Madison.
Yeah, bit of a spin.
Muggleton now. And McLeod in the last 2 to actually make a big dent in the times.
Watching Mitch at the moment, he's been fairly pacey.
Turn. Don't think he's going to have enough. No, he doesn't improve.
Mitch has managed to keep her very straight on this lap.
Coming into a smoke screen in the final corner though. No, he aborts his lap as well.
There's been a lot of accidents final minutes. There's been very, very hard to get a lap in.
There's the times for this session. McLaughlin fastest improves his time with an 11.74. Fountain, a massive improvement for him. Only 6/1000ths off McLaughlin's time. Ruggier improved on his lap, won't improve on position, as with Muggleton. McLeod almost improved on his time. Guarini improved on his lap. The rest of the guys unable to improve on their times. Go over the page. Madison, that was terribly slow by you.
Yeah, that was average.
Now, is that about the race pace though? About 1:13.5?
Sorry?
Is that
Reading private chats.
Is that about the race pace there, 1:13.5?
Yeah, I had to brake top of the S's though to avoid a spun car, but yeah, you'd be looking at about low 13s, mid 13s for the race.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining us too, mate. It's been really good to have you along.
Yes, guys, I'll book to you after the race.
Sure will. Good luck tonight too, mate. We hope you don't scratch the wall too many times.
Yeah, let's hope. See you guys.
See you, mate. So we'll just check to see times. Of course, we've also got the American guys who would have been in their own sessions during that time as well, but it doesn't look like they've improved their lap times.
Well, fast lap, just not a lot of improvement.
Yeah, a lot of faster times, no change of position. So the current top 10 is Madison down from Richard Hampstead, Shane Van Gisbergen, Scott McLaughlin, Scott Fountain, Justin Ruggier, Mitchell McLeod, Josh Muggleton, Stuart Wood and Cal Watmore. A few names missing from that top 10 quite noticeably. Val Riches one, Brad Ryan another. Guys that we've seen pretty much in the top 10 every week for the last little while.
Just be having a little bit of trouble at the Glen, trying to find their pace, trying to find their feet.
It's all about how committed you can be into those S's. If you get the S's right, that's where you're going to make all your time. So of course, last week was round 1 of the championship. After round 1, Madison Down leads the championship on 272 points from Justin Ruggie on 260. Then it's Muggleton, McLeod, Emerson, McLaughlin, Riches, Watmore, Carwin May in 9th, and then Chris Tarrant. So that's the top 10 in the championship after last week. I'm sure that'll be very, very shaken up with Shane Van Gisbergen already picking up a win tonight. He also picked up one last night as well. And of course, Richard Hampstead, he came 3rd in the early race tonight. So he'll also make his way up a bit higher in the championship as well. So we're around about 5 minutes away now from the main race. We'll quickly talk about the early race with Shane Van Gisbergen picking up the win. He actually did a fastest lap on the second last lap of the race at a 1:13 flat. McLaughlin in second. He, Hampstead and Down had an epic battle pretty much all race. McLaughlin managed to get it done. He managed to hold on to the second position from Hampstead, who almost got the pass done a couple of times, but unfortunately made very good friends with the inside of the pit wall on the second last lap. Madison Down finished in 4th, but trying to go side by side with McLaughlin. They came together. He dropped back through the field and managed to make his way back up to 4th. Muggleton finished 5th from Ruggier, Watmore, Riches, Stuart Wood, and then John Emerson in 10th position, who ran out at the final corner. Got passed by Wood and almost passed by McLeod, who finished in 11th position. So a lot of action in the early race, and we know that the early race always leads towards more action in the late race. So it should be quite interesting. And of course, Daniel Bryant made his V8 debut.
Certainly did, and survived, which was the main thing.
Very clean, I heard too, mate. You're a very, very clean racer.
Yeah, until Corey started blinging your ear, then it makes all things kind of complicated.
It's the same with everything, so you've just got to learn to ignore that little voice that appears in your head when Corey's around.
Yeah. Long to go now.
Yeah, only a few minutes away. We might quickly take a break, actually, and we'll be back in around about 2 minutes' time. We're not far away from round 2 of the iRacing.com V8 Supercar official online series presented by Big Pond Sport, Extreme Sim Gear and Direct Clutch Services. We'll be back very shortly.